Two questions decide whether an organization survives an attack. First, can you find your own weaknesses before the attackers do? And second, when the alarm finally goes off, does anyone actually know what to do? Most companies fail both. In this video, the two disciplines that answer them: security testing, where we attack ourselves on purpose, and incident response, the calm practice playbook for the worst day. Both are core to the ISC exam. Welcome back. Last video, we cataloged the threats: malware, phishing, DDoS, and the rest. Now we do something about them, from two directions. I'm Professor Lamptey. Here's the plan. First, security testing, how we hunt for our own weaknesses before an attacker exploits them, including penetration testing. Then, incident response, the step-by-step life cycle for when an attack gets through anyway. Proactive, then reactive, both followed through our company. Start with the proactive side. Write this down. Security testing means deliberately probing your own systems to find weaknesses before a real attacker does. The logic is simple and powerful. It is far cheaper and safer to find the unlocked door yourself than to have a burglar find it for you. So a smart organization hires people to attack it, on purpose, under control. For our company, that means finding and fixing the hole this month, instead of reading about the breach in the headlines next month. The two main tools sound similar and are constantly confused. The exam tests the difference directly. A vulnerability scan is automated and broad. Software sweeps our systems and produces a list of known weaknesses, missing patches, weak settings. It finds and reports, but it does not break in. Think of it as walking the building and noting every unlocked door. A penetration test goes further. Ethical hackers actually try to exploit those weaknesses. They walk through the unlocked door and see how far into the building they can get. It proves real-world impact, not just theoretical risk. Lock in the difference. A vulnerability scan finds and lists weaknesses. A penetration test actively exploits them to show what an attacker could really do. Scan identifies. Pen test proves. Penetration tests come in flavors, based on how much the tester knows. In a black box test, the tester is given nothing, no inside knowledge, so they mimic a real outside attacker. In a white box test, they get full knowledge and access, the most thorough review. And a gray box test is in between, with partial knowledge. You'll also hear teams by color. The red team plays the attackers, trying to break in. The blue team is the defenders, trying to stop and detect them. And when they work together to learn, that's a purple team. For our company, a black box red team test is the closest thing to a real attack, without the real damage. But no defense is perfect, and no test catches everything. So the second discipline assumes the worst has happened. Incident response is the organized approach to preparing for, detecting, and handling a security incident, and then learning from it. Here's the key insight. The difference between a minor incident and a catastrophe is almost never the attack itself. It's whether the response was calm and practiced or panicked and improvised. When our company gets hit, a plan is everything. So here is that plan, the incident response lifecycle. And this is the exam's centerpiece. 6 phases. 1. Preparation. Build the plan, the team, and the tools before anything happens. 2. Identification. Detection and analysis. Recognize that something is actually an incident, not a false alarm. 3. Containment. Stop the bleeding. Isolate affected systems so the damage can't spread. 4. Eradication. Remove the threat itself. Delete the malware. Close the attacker's access. 5. Recovery. Restore systems to normal and confirm they're clean. And 6. Lessons learned. Review what happened and improve. Preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, lessons learned. NIST groups them into 4 phases, but know the flow. And notice, the last step feeds back into the first. Every incident makes the next preparation stronger. Let's run our company through it. Preparation. The plan and team already exist, done in advance. Identification. Monitoring flags ransomware spreading from one laptop. Containment. We immediately disconnect that laptop and its segment from the network so it can't reach the servers. This is the critical, urgent step. Eradication. We wipe the infected machines and remove the attacker's foothold entirely. Recovery. We restore data from those tested backups and watch closely to be sure the threat is truly gone. Notice how this leans on everything we've built. Segmentation to contain, clean backups to recover. Incident response is where all the earlier controls finally pay off. Two things make response work over the long run. First, a team. Many organizations have a dedicated CSIRT, a computer security incident response team that owns the plan. Second, documentation. Throughout an incident, you record what happened and what you did, which feeds that final lessons learned step and any legal or regulatory reporting. And see how this closes the loop with the NIST framework from earlier. Identify and protect are the testing side, and detect, respond, and recover are the incident response side. Security testing and incident response are simply those functions in action, the whole framework doing its job. For the exam, lock in 3 things. 1. Security testing is proactive, and know the difference. A vulnerability scan finds and lists weaknesses, while a penetration test actively exploits them. 2. Know the pen test types, black, white, and gray box, and red versus blue team. 3. The big one, the incident response lifecycle: preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and lessons learned. Get those and you understand the full arc of security. Find your weaknesses on purpose and have a calm, rehearsed plan for the day something gets through. That's the difference between a company that survives an attack and one that doesn't. 60-second recap. Security testing hunts for weaknesses before attackers do. A vulnerability scan finds and lists them. A penetration test actively exploits them. Run as black, white, or gray box by red and blue teams. An incident response is the 6-phase life cycle for when an attack lands: preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and lessons learned, looping back to make you stronger. Now here's your call to action. If this made security testing and incident response finally click, hit that subscribe button so these ISC lessons come straight to you. Give the video a like to help another student find it, and drop a comment telling me whether your organization has ever run a penetration test. I read every one. Next, we reach the capstone that ties this whole series together: SOC reports, the audit deliverable built on everything we've learned. Study hard, and I'll see you in the next one.